What's up, y'all? It's me, TaliahMereé, and happy Wednesday! As you can see from the thumbnail and the title, today we're going to be doing a Euphoria inspired makeup look, and I've been seeing this all over the place. Everybody and they mama is doing a Euphoria inspired makeup look, so I decided to jump on the bandwagon, although I really have never seen the show. So I'll update y'all if I end up going ahead and watching it because everybody says that it's good. Anyways, if you have any suggestions for future makeup looks, make sure to leave them in the comments, or you can reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter at TaliahMereé. And I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video, and if you want to see how I got this look, then make sure to keep on watching. Okay queens, as you can see, I've already done my brows off camera, and I'm just going in with the P. Louise blank canvas base to prime my eyelids, and I'm just putting that all over the lid, and then I use a concealer brush just to buff it out. And now I'm going in with the Icy Fantasy palette from Morphe, and I'm using the shade Into the Blue. I'm just gonna tap that all over my lid, just covering the entire thing. I do go about to my crease, but I'm not really being precise with this at all, so just tapping the color on. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on both lids. Also, I did want to mention that I moved my camera closer just because I had a request for that, and with moving it closer, I did notice that some of the footage on the left side of my face is like basically a little bit blurry because it's trying to focus on my hand, but you can still see the majority of what's going on. And now I'm dipping into the shade Dreamer, which is like a purple pastel color, and I'm just going to tap that into the blue color. And this look was extremely easy. I only used 3 eyeshadows, I'm pretty sure. And I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye, tapping that purple color in all over. And like I said, for whatever reason, it's focusing on my hand rather than my face, but we will figure that out. You can still see what's going on for the most part. And now I'm going in with the shade Euphoria, which is the main reason why I wanted to use this palette for this makeup look, because I mean, it's Euphoria inspired, and this palette literally has a shade named Euphoria inside of the palette, so I just couldn't pass it up. Anyways, I dipped into this shade. It is a white shimmery shade, but it does have like some reflex of blue and purple in it, so I figured it would be perfect to obviously use blue and purple. In order to get the payoff with this glitter, I did go in and use my setting spray after I dipped into the palette just to make sure that it was really gonna stick well. Now I'm going in with the Nars Pore and Shine Control Primer, and I don't usually use this one, but I do have it, so I just decided I might as well, you know, go in with it, try it out. And now I'm using the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and this is in the shade Custard. And of course, I'm just going to spot conceal all of those areas that I have hyperpigmentation from acne. Truthfully, I love this concealer. It works so well for my skin, and I do notice that when I don't use it, I can usually see like a lot more imperfections, so it just really helps me, makes me feel good. But you can completely skip this step if you don't have anything that you would like to cover. Now I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I have the shade Y335, and I really wanted to use this. I haven't used it in a while, and I did see that they were going to redo the formula of this foundation, so I just kind of wanted to get, you know, an idea of what it used to be like before I go in and purchase the other one, because I am kind of curious what they're going to be adding to that new one. But as you can see, I'm going in just tapping that all over my face and blending it into the skin. I can't really say that I love this foundation or that it's like one of my favorites personally. I'm not sure if it's because of the primer that I used, just because I don't usually use that one. So I'll have to go in with this one again when I use my Radiance primer, because I felt like I looked a little bit dry, although my skin is not dry whatsoever right now. Like, it doesn't feel dry. I really don't have any dry patches or anything on my skin, so I'm not sure why it was sitting like that unless it's the foundation. Now I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And during this process, my song was on, so you know, I was dancing, singing, rapping, all that. So I decided to leave a little bit in just because I thought it was funny, and also I didn't want to crop all of the blending of this contour out because I was yeah, getting it. And I did go in a little bit heavier with my contour today than I usually do. It wasn't really intentional, and it isn't necessarily a bad thing if you do like to use a lot of contour. But yeah, you can just see me blending out the contour, and just to tone down everything, since I did go in a bit heavier with it, I used the brush that I use for foundation just to, you know, blend everything in a little bit more seamlessly. You'll see me do that a few times throughout this tutorial just because it does really help, you know, make everything a lot more seamless. Here I am doing it again after I blended out that contour. And I'm just gonna go in and blend out my nose. With this, I'm not extremely precise. Like, I'm not one of those people who feels like I really have to snatch my nose, because I don't really dislike my nose. Now I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this one is in the shade Light Tan. And I'm just going to use that to highlight all of the high points of my face, you know, under the eyes, the nose, forehead, cheeks, and the cupid's bow. I believe I do my chin as well. Now I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Natural, and I'm just going to use this to brighten just a little bit more. It's maybe like a shade lighter, and it's also a little bit more peachy rather than yellow, so I just figured I would mix the two. Now I'm going to blend this out with the Real Techniques 402 brush, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I always use this brush for concealer. It is amazing, and if you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. But I am just going to blend everything out and make everything look all seamless. And I'm really sorry that the camera doesn't want to focus on me for some reason on this side. And I know y'all heard me in the intro saying that I have never seen the show Euphoria. Do not come for me. And I felt like the glitter just wasn't, you know, bringing what it was supposed to. So I went in with some ColourPop glitter, and this was in the shade Feel Good from their Euphoric Glitter Vault. So if you want to test those out, they actually were really nice. I like them a lot. And now I'm using the E.L.F. Cosmetics Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. And then I go in and tap all of the powder that I used to set my face. And now I'm going to go in with the Morphe 8M Complexion palette, and I'm using all of the bronzer contour shades, so Originator, Megastar, and Dynamic. And from the same palette, I'm going to use the blush in the shade Peppy. And I totally forgot to show y'all the other brush that I said I was gonna show you in my last video. So I'm gonna make a reminder for myself to hopefully do it in the next one. And now I'm gonna use the ColourPop Lippie pencil in the shade CTRL, and I'm just gonna use that to line my lips. Which, like I said in my last video, if you do have any lip combo recommendations, leave them in the comments because your girl is looking for some new combinations to put on her lips, okay? And in the centers of my lips, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Snow Lights Frosted Metal Lipstick, and I use the shades No Chill and Fog Snog. To top everything off, I'm going to use the NYX Duo Chromatic Shimmer Lip Gloss in the shade Gypsy Dreams, and that makes this the last step in this makeup tutorial. And here we have it, the final results. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave any suggestions that you have in the comments. See you next time.